Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Glmr. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now let's jump straight into the TA. So taking a look at the daily chart, you can see that we are on TradingView with the same Fibonacci retracement. The swing high is all the way up here and the swing low is all the way down here, February 22nd, and the high was April 2022. So if you don't know how to use the Fibonacci retracement, make sure you watch the video that's linked down below in the description. I explain how to use the Fibonacci retracement and how to find support and resistance levels based on the Fibonacci retracement. So if you know how to do that, we can continue. As you can see, we have multiple resistance blocks above us. And right now, what we've done is we are breaking out of the blue support block at this point because we are in it. And if we're going to be coming back down, you're going to have this support here at 42.5 cents, which is where the 55 EMA is on the daily chart. So that's going to be a nice entry point. But really, you've been running into this level multiple times, into this red resistance block. So if I take a arrow here, you can see we are running into that over here. We've done so all the way back in November of 2022. We've had this wick in October last year as well. We had a wick at the beginning of October as well. And then we had this run in September where we ran into the top of the resistance block and we came back down. Now, previously during the summer, this area, this block was considered a support level because we were holding it as support in June. In July, we had a retest here, as you can see, July 14th to July 15th. Then we had a wick in August. We had another move to that in August, and then we dropped. And then we came back up, we retested it as resistance, and then we came back down, created this blue support block, then we dropped back down, and now what we're looking at is another retest of the red resistance block. So it all depends on what you're looking to do with your tokens. Now, if you're holding for the long term, I would say just go ahead and stake in the Nova wallet. I'm not a financial advisor, obviously. If you're looking to swing trade and you, let's say, bought in from the 20 EMA here, and you're looking at a 55% move to the upside, I would say you can take some profits because we're going to see a pullback here, whether right now or we're going to see another move to the upside, potentially to the upper area of the resistance block if that happens, and then we're going to see a pullback. And when that pullback happens, that's when you want to be re-entering, but you don't know when that's going to happen. So if you're holding for the long term, I wouldn't advise taking any profits, and I'm not a financial advisor once again. If you're entering for a swing trade, or you already entered, I should say, and you're in profit, then you can take some profits here and look for a buyback on the 20 EMA, which is 12.5%, or if you're risky enough and you want to take some profits here, you can do so. The daily RSI is moving closer to the overbought, and it does look like we're having some sort of a bullish divergence here with the lows being lower on the RSI, but we're not really doing the same on the price action here. And the highs are getting lower on the RSI. However, they're getting higher on the RSI. And this is typically a bearish divergence. So we're seeing these bullish and bearish divergences playing out at the same time, which is very weird. I've seen this play out on a different chart as well. But you can see we're having a nice pump. And like I said, you can be looking for entries off the 20 EMA, which is around about 46.5 cents. You also have these three yellow. I'm not colorblind, I promise. These yellow support trend lines, 47 cents, 46 cents, and 45 cents. And we've been retesting those as support all the way back here in September, in October, in November. So I got them on the chart, and as you can see, we did have a nice bounce, a couple of nice bounces actually here. off the 46 cents area, and then we got a move down. We ran into the 46 once again. We got a move to the upside, then retested the 45 cents as support, and now we're moving to the upside. So this bounce here off the 20 is a fairly strong move. And if you pay attention, you can see that we do have the second Fibonacci retracement here at 54 cents. So this is probably going to be where we peak off, and we're going to see a retracement from there because Bitcoin doesn't look like it wants to continue. It's just, running out of steam at this point. And we're going to see a pullback on Bitcoin hopefully sometime soon. Obviously, we could repeat February 2020 where we saw a very strong run up into the end of February, and then we saw a move to the downside. So potentially we could see something similar play out. So I would not be going all in GLMR for sure. Around these areas, yes, this was a very good buying opportunity. I told you if we start getting below this support block here, it would be a very, very good area to buy. And we did that once in November. And once you got out of that, you had a strong move to the upside. And then you had a little fake out below the purple support block once again. And you got a move to the upside from there. So this is a pretty strong support block. And hopefully if we continue dumping, or if we continue dumping, I should say, we're going to come back and retest this support block. So it's set up from 36 cents and all the way down to 34 cents. And that's going to be your major buying area. So if you manage to wait or have some cash while the price is down here, I would advise to, look into the possibility of maybe dollar cost averaging into the project. So like I said, the daily RSI is very, very close to the overbought. So once you're near the overbought, that's typically where you want to be taking profits and selling. And you want to be buying when you're down here. As you can see, all of these yellow arrows are pointing towards the times where we retested the support block below us. So this purple support block starting at the RSI of 31.32, as you can see. That support block there is very important because it gives us a nice bounce every time we touch it. So if we see a strong pullback here, so you could do something like that and have another move to the upside. So this is going to be a very important entry if we are able to get it. If we are, you've been warned, okay? And hopefully you are relaying this on your charts as well and adding some of your own stuff. Now let's jump into the weekly chart on Binance. And before we continue, guys, I quickly want to talk about my Patreon. Now, if you want to get involved, there's going to be a 7-day free trial. So you can go ahead and join, and you're going to get access to all of my content since I started posting on Patreon, which was all the way back in October of 2021. So there are hundreds and hundreds of posts with low cap gems, my exclusive podcasts that I do for patrons only, my low cap gem reviews, project highlights, your technical analysis requests, exclusive videos for patrons. So there's a whole bunch of stuff there that I don't share on YouTube or Twitter as to add more value to it. And I also share all of my buys, all of my sells. I share my portfolio in there. So if that's something that you're interested in and you really want to support the channel, then feel free to check it out. Thank you. So taking a look at the weekly, all of the indicators are not showing a lot of stuff here on Binance, but what we can take a look is the volume candles, and we've been getting good volume coming into GLMR. And we had one red candle here, but this volume candle is pretty strong, and this does show that people are entering, hopefully smart money. And I don't mean smart money as in institutions buying into GLMR, because obviously we know probably they're not. But this doesn't mean that, smart people aren't buying into GLMR, because I think smart people are buying into the Polkadot projects, and GLMR is a pretty good project. But the only thing that's holding me back from buying in right now is the coins that are getting dumped into the circulation every couple of months, I think, or every month, I'm not sure. And that usually when the price tends to have a little bit of a pullback. However, we haven't seen a pullback since we had a bounce off of this support trend line, this pink support trend line. So in fact, you can see that we had some sort of a descending broadening wedge, as you can see here. and then we saw a break to the upside. Let me change that to yellow. Hopefully that's going to be easier to see. So this support level is something that we may not retest ever, probably. I'm not sure, because if we were to come back down here, that would mean the price is going to lose this January low, which I think is not going to happen unless Bitcoin has a massive pullback, unless something major happens. And we know that, you know, something like that happened all the way back in March of 2020, and something like that can cause the markets to drop. But other than that, I don't see us losing this 31 cents low for GLMR. But if we were to do that, this support area would probably hold us, and that would be somewhere around 26 to 25 cents. So if you want to set up buy limit orders, you can do that. We're breaking above the 20 EMA on the weekly chart, which is very good. The 55 EMA is all the way up here at $1.62. So I don't think we are going to retest that anytime soon. You could also take a look at the 60 cents resistance, which we retested in September. We talked about that on the other chart. And that is pretty much everything that I wanted to cover. And if I go to the daily chart, let's take a look at the daily chart. So the stochastic is all the way up here in the overbought. And as you can see, this is typically where you want to be taking some profits. If you're looking to take some profits, if you want to sell, of course, no one's forcing you, but this is basically where you sell, and this is where you buy. That's really as simple as it gets, and the stochastic really helps you to take a look at the momentum of the coin. So I would advise you have that on the chart. And if we're taking a look, actually, you can see that GLMR is pumping right here. And we have a Fibonacci retracement set up, and you can see that the low was in January, the swing high was in November, and we're breaking above that swing high right now as we speak. So our technical target as of right now is going to be 73 cents. And from where we are right now, that is another 34% move to the upside. So if that happens, great. You can take some profits there as well, because I never tell anyone to sell all at once. I never tell anyone to sell ever, but what I'm trying to say is that you just dollar cost average your way out of a project, just like you dollar cost average your way into a project by buying, with small amounts on every dip, or with large amounts, depends on how you like to dollar cost average. And you also have this major resistance level, like I said, 60 cents. Then you have the 1.414, you have the 1.272, the 1.618, and those are the levels that you could be targeting. But it's really looking bullish. We're breaking out of this pattern here. We're breaking above a major resistance level. Things are looking good. Honestly, I'm careful with swing trading right now. I am trading for my friend, and I am swing trading some altcoins. All of that is going to be on my Patreon, but I'm really careful. Like, I'm not touching any coins that I really don't want to be messing with, and I try to stake all of the coins that I can't swing trade. So yeah, that's pretty much everything that I wanted to say. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for being here on the channel. I really do appreciate it. If you want to check out my Patreon, the link is going to be down below in the description. There's going to be a 7-day free trial for anyone looking to get involved with my Patreon. You get access to all of my content since October of 2021, which is when I started uploading Patreon posts, and you're going to have everything from my low cap gems, podcasts, technical analysis requests, market reviews. All of that stuff is going to be there. So let me know what you think, and take care.